we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Move this over here. There we go. I still have Gong Show up from last week. I'm gonna leave it there. I think it's an appropriate patch notes title. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, November the 9th, 2017. I just realized something. When I was out today and I stopped in to get some lunch, the cashier was like, have you heard about this snowstorm coming? I said, no, what the hell are you talking about? Please tell me you haven't heard about a snowstorm coming this way, Jeff. Please.
I haven't heard shit.
I will literally die.
No, that can't be real. I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything.
All right. Okay.
When is that supposed to be coming? It's going to be 12 degrees tomorrow.
Well, I don't know. That's why I was confused. I was like, I didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. I was like, don't scare me like that. Don't you put that evil on me, woman.
I'm reading about a snowstorm coming before Thanksgiving, which is like a week and a half.
Oh, well, if it's that far out, here in Halifax, if you're trying to predict weather any further than 14 minutes away, you've already messed up.
The next week is going to be like pure sun. We're getting a bit of rain tomorrow, and then after that, it's like a week of sun. And
We've got like another Canadian polar vortex bullshit coming in. Thanks, Canada. Not only do you give us cold air,
I love
Justin
that that's
Bieber, and Nickelback.
I love that it's become a coined term, the polar vortex. Like, it's the most friggin' sensationalist name for a weather system you could possibly come up with. Sounds like a Dragon Ball Z finishing move. The friggin' polar vortex. But anyway, we're here and it's time to answer some questions.
We got a website now, guys.
We do. Oh, we'll tack down the front end of this one.
Yeah.
www.technicalalpha.audio. Now, some of you have probably already been there in the future. Well, I'm here to tell you that we have, thanks to a community member, Mr. Nicky. I won't give him his last name. I'll just say Mr. Nicky.
Thanks, Nick.
Basically, just made it all happen with some help on the side there from our old guard man Simon and Panic as well. But he did about 98.9% of all work involved in this, bordering 99.9%, and pretty much without having to do too much. I just gave him the drafted page where I wanted everything to look like. He said, just describe to me what all the functionality needs to be. So I did that, and it was done. I went away, I came back, and like Ron used to say on those like epic rotisserie things, set it and forget it. I fucking set Nicky, I forgot about it, I came back, and I had delicious fucking chicken and a website. It was amazing, it was miraculous, it was the power of the internet, and it all happened.
Can you do me a favor and log into the Technical Alpha email and click on whatever email notification thing? Because I tried to log in, and it won't let me log in until
Adam clicks the button. Yeah, I know your feelings.
Sorry, these were all just, security precautions, and unfortunately, one of the three of us has to have that. That.
That way I can see the questions because I can't.
Oh, and this just happened recently. They let's see, 3 minutes ago. There we go. They did Patreon just like implemented this thing not long ago. That's why this is coming up.
Okay. We should be good now?
You should be good now.
All right, let me try. Log in. Yep, I'm in. Thank you.
There you go.
All right, now I can actually look at the questions for today.
But website done. You can go there. You can listen to all the episodes. It gets updated just as soon as I update the RSS feed. You can download them all. If you're somebody that likes to listen to podcasts at your desktop and you like to listen to them at different speeds, it has that functionality too. So if you like to listen to it faster, some people like to digest that audio content at like 1.2 or 1.7 or something. We sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Whatever you want, we've got that. And so you can do all of that and see when we're live, amongst other things. It's fantastic. Looks great. operates awesome, and does everything that I ever wanted to do and more. So again, shoutouts to Nikki for that. Let's get into some of these questions. Load more comments.
I got one.
Wait, how many questions do we have? What was the number this time?
There was like 18, unless people had
Dude,
more.
I posted this 25 minutes before we went live. I'm telling you, the sooner to the podcast, the better the question list. I just keep pushing the envelope. But yeah, well, what questions do we have to start, Mr. Panic?
All right, we're going to go with Granddad's Belt. He's currently a $25 pledge with a $75 lifetime support. Thank you very much, sir.
It's a great name.
Name a thing that you used to be ecstatic for or in love with that you now look at with sheer disappointment at what it's become. Example, the Halo series.
I was about to say Blizzard games.
I'm not going to name...
I was going to say, we've kind of touched on this topic already today.
I was literally going to say, I'm not going to name the people because there are a couple of those, but I'm going to go with StarCraft 2. Because I've invested, you guys too, we've invested a lot of our lives in it, and look at where we are now.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm only a few houses deep, driving a really nice car, and living a pretty comfortable life. Fucking StarCraft, man.
Savage.
I had to throw it in there. No, yeah. I know. I'm with you. I'm with you. Lot of time invested, and I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree with. But StarCraft, you know what? At the same time, we can't expect it to last forever. There was a shelf life. It's still there.
All rainbows crash into the ground sometime.
Eventually, but I'll go on with you there.
I'm going to say most things Bethesda. Chiefly the Elder Scrolls series would be the number one there. Fallout to a lesser degree, but still kind of there. I'll stick with the Elder Scrolls though. I mean, really, you can like Skyrim. You can totally. I'm not gonna hate you for it. But I'm personally, I've said this a million times. I'm just personally tired of Bethesda's half-assed video games, and that's what they are. And if you don't think they're half-assed at this point, then you are Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Helen Keller blind. Like you are.
They've gotten pretty bad.
Like they're rough. I mean, you could like when Morrowind came out. This is how I usually frame this. So when Morrowind came out, like back in 2002 or whatever on the PC, that engine that they used was basically new for better or worse. It was basically a new engine. And what they did in that genre with Morrowind was a lot of new territory. Like a lot of that shit was firsts. And so while Morrowind is technically one of the most busted ass games ever made, there's pretty good reasons for why it's some of the most busted ass games ever made. We got to Oblivion, and a lot of the problems that Morrowind had kind of just stuck around in Oblivion, but they made the game a little bit more grandiose, and it got kind of covered in the fact that it was a bit of a bigger, broader experience with, more voice acting and all this stuff, and the graphics, which was the same engine still. And then we got into Skyrim, and here we are again, and hey, guess what? It's the same engine, and the same problems are still persisting, and now we've got new problems on top of the old problems, and nothing's really been fixed. It just kind of all gets there. And Bethesda's, community has turned it into, it's not a bug, it's a feature. That's the meme. It's become okay for Bethesda to have broken shit. Like, nobody seems to care. and it's weird because Bethesda's one of the few, if not the only companies at the level of game design that they are, that people seem to just let them get away with this shit. I mean, other companies can't sneeze at the inappropriate time without everyone coming down on them with the fucking wrath of God. And then Bethesda feeds you the same shit for 14 years the same bugs, the same issues, the same crashing, the same whatever with a different package, and now they're giving you Skyrim every year on every device short of your fucking toaster, and it's still
my
broken.
toaster plays it.
There you go. So we're there. Now we're waiting for, like, I don't know, the smart fridge. Like, something else is going to be playing Skyrim in the near future. Maybe it'll be your Tamagotchi that's come back into vogue now, and somebody's going to port Skyrim to the fucking Tamagotchi, and you'll play it with 3 buttons.
My Razor phone.
Exactly. That kind of shit, and then people just like, fuck it, whatever, it's Bethesda, yay! And then the community fixes as much of that shit as humanly possible in the most extensive patching and modding community of any games ever. Nobody else comes close to the level of modding commitment that Bethesda games get, specifically the Elder Scrolls series. It's not even remotely close. And the amount of work that goes in there is huge, and I think Bethesda just knows this. And the communities let them get away with it, and the community fixes all their shit, so they just go, fuck it, we'll keep the same engine, we'll have the same problems, everyone will figure it out anyway, the modders will fix it, and for those people that care, we get it. Everyone in the critical sphere is going to give our game a fucking 12 out of 10, because we're Bethesda, and these 2 games get flawless scores anyway, and then they just fucking walk away. So for me, Bethesda, because all of it's disappointment. All of the shit's fucking disappointment. And the next game that comes out, if I hear that it's on the godforsaken fucking Game Bureau engine, I'm walking the fuck away. I'm walking away. I'm gonna have to boycott my first Bethesda game. Just walk the fuck away from the Game Bureau engine. So there, that's mine. That's mine.
Let me see here. Okay, so this one is from Neil, who is a $10 supporter and a $70 lifetime boss.
Oh, wow.
So thank you.
Oh, Neil Pring.
Yep. It says, given the title of this, what is the worst thing you ever forgot? For example, a girlfriend's birthday. The worst thing you've ever forgot. I would say I've definitely forgot my dad's birthday once. If we want to just go to birthdays, is not the fact that it's weird because I knew it was his birthday coming up like a week before, because my buddy Wayne has the same birthday as he does, and we were planning a birthday party for him, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, Dad's birthday is also on the same day, so I was like, I gotta get something for my dad. I gotta give him a call or whatever. And then his birthday shows up, and I text Wayne. I'm like, happy birthday, bro. I hit him up on Facebook. And then I pretty much go, I remember streaming, and I pretty much go the vast majority of the day. And my mom texts me, and she says, did you call your dad? And I was like, and then I was like, oh, fuck. And so I immediately, called Dad and wished him a happy birthday, and I had to run out and get a gift card or whatever, right? It just totally slipped my mind. That's probably the worst thing. I still managed to say happy birthday to him, but usually it would be like, I wake up in the morning, text Dad, love you, happy birthday. And, I'm sure he was expecting that, and he might have even said something to my mom saying like, Jeff didn't, and he would never text me or whatever and be like, where's my happy birthday
what
at,
the
bud?
fuck?
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's probably, and I felt really bad about it too. And it was like 2:00 in the afternoon, and I hadn't said anything to him, and I was awake, and I had said happy birthday to Wayne. So, yeah, I felt bad.
Same for me. It was Dad. The problem with my family's birthdays is that we've almost never celebrated a singular birthday. We've always, because my immediate family is so close, like my cousins, my aunts and uncles and everything, we've always combined birthdays that were close to each other and then did one event for everyone's birthday. So all that's happened now is I've gotten muddied as to whose birthday is on what day. I just know that they happen within this window that we celebrate as a family. So, and of all of the birthday windows, my dad's falls in the window as a lot of my friends. It's in June, and I have a ton of June birthdays, and so I'm I always have to, I always rely on mom to be like, mom will message me to be like, a week from now, your dad's birthday. Yeah. Don't forget your dad's birthday's coming.
Oh,
yeah, all right, I got you. Yeah. So I got you. And then, 1 year I totally did. And that was same thing. And it was, I just totally vapor locked because we always celebrate everything together. And of course, it's a terrible excuse, but it is kind of difficult when that's been like 29 years worth of just celebrating in bunches to remember that stuff. So yeah, it was a bit unfortunate for sure. And you always feel bad about it because like your parents are never going to forget your birthday, but there's something about it that you just end up somehow forgetting your own parents' birthday at least once in your life. It just manages to happen somehow. And,
my mom wouldn't let me forget hers. Like she'll give me a fucking countdown.
Yeah.
She's like, yo, 8 days, 5 days, bud.
Better be ready.
Get mommy. 3 days. 2 days. She'll fucking text me in the morning. It's that time. It's like, holy fuck, mom, relax. Jeez.
Yeah, no, but with me and birthdays, 1 year I forgot my own birthday. I woke up, I just started working, I didn't even think about it, and then like halfway through the day, I got a text from I think it was mom, and she was like, "Happy birthday," and I was like, "Wait a minute, what?"
Where am I?
It's my birthday, excuse me. And then she's like, yeah, how did you not know it's your birthday? And I was like, well, I just don't care. I
got one up on you for that one. The worst thing I forgot was actually this year. I forgot my own birthday party. I did not show up to my own birthday party.
Oh no.
So like
not even fashionably late, just fashionably not showing.
No, like me and my buddies, we throw like a joint thing every year, the three of us. And I had invited my friends, and everyone was like all going up and everything. We were having a barbecue up at one of their places, and I straight just forgot. I completely no-showed. And then my buddy at like 9 o'clock at night is like, "Yo, man, where the hell are you? Like, freaking birthday barbecue." And I'm like, "Oh, that was today? Oh, whoops." And it wasn't even like far away from my birthday. It was like 2 or 3 days off. Like my birthday's the 24th. It was on like the 27th or something. And I'm like, happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't having a good week. So I was like at home playing video games or whatever. And I just didn't really feel like going out, even if I did remember.
It's pretty bad that your own birthday party. That sounds like something I would do.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I would definitely would do that myself.
Boys, have a burger for me. All right, what's next?
Pour one out for me.
For the dead homies.
I had one here. Okay, so we've kind of answered this stuff in the past, but I'm gonna humor this one because it's a name that I've not seen in the questions before. So we're gonna give him a hand here. I'm gonna just guess that his name is not this, but we're gonna call him Bogey. Call him Bogey.
All right, Bogey.
I'm almost positive that G is probably a soft G or something else, but we're just going to go with Bogey because none of us are going to be able to
get it.
Yeah, nobody's going to be able to pronounce it anyway. Lifetime sport, $30, current $10. So that sounds like a 3 months to 10 sheet for me. Thank you very much, sir. He asks, I'd really like to get to know you guys a little better. Could you all please explain your day-to-day jobs, what you do for a living? Is it streaming just as a hobby, or is it bigger than that? What kind of education do you have? I know you've probably talked about this before, but it's hard to find it through all of your thousands of videos or streams, which is perfectly fair. So we can just give a quick rundown, nothing super in-depth, but we can give a quick rundown for Bogey, who's probably cringing every time I say that. So Bogey. So for me, yeah, I wake up, I go downstairs with a bowl of cereal, I eat it, I then turn on my stream, I play music for an hour because I end up on Imager and I forget that my stream is running.
So true. I was putting up Adam's stream, I was doing some editing. I was like, yeah, I'll fucking listen to Adam, he started an hour and a half ago. And I put on his stream. And there's still the intro, and I put in exclamation uptime. It was an hour and 22 minutes, and I'm going, what the fuck?
So that was
and chat's moving.
And
chat's moving.
Yeah, chat's like, I think he died. I think he's sleeping, and then Adam comes on like, oh shit, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize an hour and 22 minutes went by.
That was a special instance because I was
better than the friggin' filter queen.
normally it is totally no joke. Like, I run music on my channel for like, usually the average is about 25 minutes before I start anything up. I let people roll in. Usually 40 people will end up in there after the 20-minute mark, and then I just start my day. But that day, right as I was about to start, I got a message about the website, the Technic Alpha website, and then I went off and did that, and I went into a zone where time didn't exist, and I forgot that I was streaming, and I just was like, I did all the website stuff. I was like, yeah, I was having this like happy little conversation, and then I went back and I saw Jeff had put the uptime in chat, and I went, oh fuck. I was like, oh my god, I've been live for over an hour. What the hell am I doing? Adam. So yeah, so I do that, and then I live stream. I'm a variety streamer. I do video and written reviews for some of the games that I play. My Patreon will decide indie games that I will do reviews for, and then I tend to pick AAA titles that seem to be games that people are either all want to see me play, or maybe they're games that kind of fly under the radar because fucking Call of Duty came out, nobody gives a shit about anything else. So I'll do that. And then the podcast, the production side and everything, so we do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Back when we first started, I still had a job, but there's literally no way I would have time in the day now to do the job plus this. So we've kind of traded for it, and that's kind of where we are at the current moment in time.
There you go. I guess I'll go next because I'm very similar. Yeah, I wake up. Usually I get up between 10 a.m. and noon. So it just really depends on how late I stay up till. But typically between 10 and noon. I come downstairs. I turn on the computer. As of late, I've been really into crypto, so I've been doing a lot of crypto research and things like that. I'll sit down on Discord and talk to people and just kind of start my day. I kind of just wake up. I'm a very like not happy person when I wake up in the morning. So like even if Kayla is like, "Hey, good morning, would you like breakfast?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want breakfast." Right? Because that's just how I'm not a pleasant person when I wake up. So I come downstairs and I get the stuff going, and I would say by 1:32 I will either go to the gym or I'll work out here. Usually 5 days a week. Nothing crazy. Just go for a run. Today I did like 45 minutes on the treadmill, and that was the show. And even if I'm not working out, I typically go out and enjoy my ride. So I go out in the car and I drive. And I typically just go to get food. So I'll either hit up Subway, I'll hit up, or I'll get a shawarma, or I'll go to sushi. It's one of the three almost every day. And I'll come home. It's usually 3 o'clock. And that is when I'll either procrastinate and do more emailing shit and sit around and fucking, do whatever. And then I'll stream. And then I'm streaming, minimal 7-8 hours. Usually it's 8-9 hour stream. And then from 2 o'clock in the morning till 4 or 5 a.m., I'm doing more editing and stuff. So I do YouTube videos, crypto videos, car videos. I usually post about 40 YouTube videos a month. So there's a lot of editing and stuff like that, which I've become pretty good at. And then I have some rental properties. So my rental properties don't actually take me a lot of time to deal with. So I'm only down at a rental property once a month. If something goes wrong or they need a repair, I usually just collect rent via like e-transfer, so I don't even have to go down and collect checks or go and cash them. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that I do for a living. It's just YouTube, Twitch, the podcast. Obviously, I come here every Thursday, and some rental stuff. And I'm constantly like listening to audiobooks and things like that on my free time. So even when I'm like doing nothing, I'm always doing something. It's really weird. Like the only time I can physically say like I'm actually doing nothing is when I'm in bed with Kayla and if we're not fucking, but we're watching TV. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still doing something, but we're like watching TV. So we'll watch a TV show or a movie or something. And then that's pretty much the only time. If I'm awake, I'm working in some capacity. I'm either working my brain and listening and soaking up information, or I'm doing YouTube or Twitch or, having meetings or whatever. I would say if I'm awake 15 hours in a day, I'm working 13 of it. easily, without a doubt. So, but the only thing that feels like work to me is streaming. Everything else doesn't feel like work. The real estate stuff doesn't feel like work. The crypto stuff doesn't feel like work. The podcast doesn't feel like work. It's the streaming. That's it. It's the only thing. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but it's the thing that holds me accountable. Everything else is just bonus. It's just like, doing it because I enjoy it. The streaming is, I know I have to stream. It's like,
streaming is your job.
It's my job. It's like, dude, if you want to pay the bills, you better stream. And that's it. So the days I don't feel like streaming, yeah, I take the odd day off. I'm really not feeling it. But typically, if I'm not feeling it, I'm still streaming because I still have to, make money. So like yesterday, I took a day off, but that was because I had to do other work and I needed a day because I had just done like 4 or 5 days straight of 9-10 hour streams. And I just needed a mental break. I want to go out and enjoy my car and things but for the most part, that feels like work. Waking up and streaming, as crazy as that sounds, it used to be like a very exciting thing for me. It used to be wake up in the morning, go, woo-wee! What am I going to play today? I can't wait to hit up StarCraft Ladder. And now it's like, yeah. And then usually at some point, it's like, I'm having fun. It's like when I get into the groove of things, it's like, okay, this is why I do this. But, there's a lot of mornings now where it's like, I got to get to work. It's almost like you guys have 9 to 5s. A lot of you guys have 9 to 5s, and you're like, man, I don't feel like working today. Some days I wake up and I'm like, man, I don't feel like streaming today. And I would say that happens probably about 10 days of the month. Like, where I'm just not feeling it. And then when I get into it, I'm fine. But it's a matter of starting it. Because the moment you start streaming, your whole day is gone. You get 10 hours, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's evaporated.
If you want to eat, it's happening in front of the computer. You want to do anything, it's your free time is before that. The moment it happens, your whole day is written off because there's no such thing as taking an hour break or taking a little intermission. It's go, 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 or suffer. And that's just the way she goes. So for a streamer, it is like, it's exciting. Like when you're doing it, it's great. It's wonderful. But it's this mental thing up there where you're like, when I start, my day's done, bud. And then it's like, and then you get another like 2 hours at 3 a.m. till 5 to have your own me time. And then you wake up at noon or 1. You're going, fuck, I just woke up at noon or 1. And if I want to have any free time, I needed to make this happen now. And I got to start streaming by 4 or I'm fucked again. And it's a vicious cycle, baby.
Oh yeah.
But I love it. I wouldn't change it.
All right, we'll go with me. I'm probably the most normal of the three. So I wake up around 7 or 8 a.m. every day, do what normal people do, take a shower, maybe grab a bite, and then head into the office. I do financial technology for a relatively large bank. Been doing that for this place for about 3 years. I have about 10 years career experience in financial technology, ranging from all the way from production support to software integration. Nowadays I do, development. Streaming, I don't really stream. I might start streaming, but I've been saying that for the past 3 years, so we'll see if that ever actually happens. I do the podcast, but my involvement in Twitch has always been just from behind the scenes. I do stuff with Adam and Jeff just at events and stuff. We've hung out, we're good friends, kind of a supporter of them for a long time. I've also had clients of my own that I've taken on and kind of helped them learn how to stream better, or help them run their streams, and kind of sent them off into the wilds. Some of them have actually done quite well. More recently, I've been doing a lot of my own media work. I've been working for a couple of media sites, notably Aggressive Comics, where I used to do editorial, but also run their media desk and do a couple other things with them, photography, video consulting. Nowadays, primarily working on the podcast with Adam and Jeff, focusing on my main career in fintech, and then also have been doing video and audio consulting for a number of streamers. So less business management and more, let's make your technology better. Let's help you improve. So I got that stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's about it for me. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. You guys went into way more detail than I did. I feel like I fucked myself on that one a little bit.
Well, Adam, we all know that about 80% of your day is spent sitting with Imager and your stream running.
I was like, man, I'll just I'll just make this like real nice and concise. Just got a little more in depth. Fuck it, whatever. All you need to know is that I run my stream for an hour and I listen to fucking music and memes. There you go. Just meme it up.
Adam is truly living the dream.
I am living the dream. All right, what's our next question? I think Mr. Black is up for the question picking.
Oh man, some of these are starting to get repetitive, guys.
Yeah.
Starting to see some of the same ones. You need to step it up. I'm not seeing okay, Blue, I didn't even read this. I'm just gonna grab one. Blue Gris. He says, what is your shitty day indulgence? Or what do you do when you're feeling depressed that you know will make you feel better?
It depends. My mood changes when I'm feeling down as to what I want to as like what I want in order to get better or feel better. Sometimes all I need is to just be by myself and the fuck away from everything else and not stream and like not even spend time with Gabs or something, just nothing, no family. I need to literally be by myself and just like I'll do something like I'll go binge watch Vice documentaries. I'll do something completely random, but something that my brain can turn off and I can just watch something kind of like that. I don't really binge watch TV shows all that often. If I binge anything, it tends to be documentaries. Like that's my thing. I love documentaries, specifically Vice before they got into this. They kind of became pussies at some point, but you know, before that, 3 years ago or some shit, Vice was the shit. So I do something like that. Sometimes I'll watch a movie. Like I won't binge something, but I'll go back and there'll be movies that I really, really love that I can watch over and over again, and I'll watch them. The Matrix, for some reason, for me is a movie that if I'm feeling down, I just want to relax on the couch, I'll put The Matrix on, and I'm fucking super into The Matrix, and I love the shit out of it. Food-wise, for me, the stuff that makes me feel better, I'm not anything fancy. Just give me a good burger. Like, I just want a burger, like a really good burger, and fries. So I'll get Daryl's or I'll even something so like hungry, Jesse's, just some hungry. Greasy shit. Just give me some burger.
I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah, are you? Yeah. So I'll do that. But I don't binge sweets or anything like that. Like that's not my thing. And usually once I've had like the burger, I'm good for like the next week. Like I don't need another burger or some shit. Like I just need that one thing, sweet release, and then whatever. And it's not because I diet or some shit. My diet right now is terrible. I absolutely fucking god awful. But that's the thing that I'll reach for, as far as food goes. But mostly for me, because I've always been an introvert, my batteries recharge when I'm alone. And so being a streamer and constantly being turned on and interacting, even though it's not in a physical environment, gets extraordinarily tiring. And so when I'm down, it makes it even worse. So I just need to literally disconnect from fucking everything and go do whatever. Sometimes the last thing I'll say is sometimes I will go back to our street where Jeff and I grew up, and I will go walk in the woods. I'll get music.
I've done that a couple times.
Yeah,
I really have.
So I'll put headphones in, and I'll just go for a walk in the fucking woods out in the back where we used to grow up, because there's like friggin' a bajillion kilometers worth of woods. And so I just go back there and it looks
so much different too. Like when you're older and you go back and it
looks a lot bigger.
It looks different, smaller. Yeah, it looks a lot smaller.
Like I remember when we used to go to one of the old camps that were back there to get wood to bring it back to build new camps. There was this weird convoluted path, and it always felt like it took 45 minutes to get to the place that we were going. It's like a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really not.
I
really
went
not
back
that far
to
away.
when I was like 12, we moved out of the house that we had in Long Island to the one we had in Westchester. And I had not gone back to that house for almost 15 years. Like, not even seen it. Like, never went back. It was just by some fluke, and we never went back. It was only like an hour drive. I was out in Long Island, maybe it was last year or a year and a half ago, and just on a lark, I'm like, I have the car, I'm on my own, I'm just gonna go fucking see the old house. So like, I went, rolled up, and just looked at it, and I was just like, there are so many friggin' memories in this house, but the one thing that surprises me is like, this seems a lot smaller now that I'm looking at it. Like this thing was like ginormous, but I was like, no, this is like a regular tiny, small house, nice house. I was just surprised. I even like showed my mom a picture of it and everything. She's like, it looks so different now, even though it's like the same house that we spent like 12, 15 years in. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, I'm kind of the same as Adam. I like to be alone. I just do. I prefer to be alone always. To be honest, I'm not like that isn't a stab at my wife or anything. I enjoy being around her, but like, it doesn't bug me. Like, if I were to go away for a week, Kayla like loses her mind, right? Because she's very dependent on me. Not so much like, oh, I need to tell her like, what to do or whatever. It's not like that, but just having somebody there and just having that interaction is very familiar for her. It makes her comfortable. And if she had to go on a trip with family or something for a week, it wouldn't bug me. And I'm not saying that because it's like, oh, I want her to go away. It's like it would almost be like a week. It would be almost be like a week for me. It would be like a release. It would be weird. It would. I'm not saying like I would love it at the core, but it wouldn't bug me. Like, cause I just prefer to be alone. I've always been a lone guy. I always turned it on in groups when I'm with friends, and I would want to be the center of attention in those moments. But at the end of the day, like I would be most happy by myself doing my own thing. And I'm very weird like that. I talk to myself a lot, like I'm not physically like out loud, but I'm constantly, my brain just doesn't stop. It's very, very weird. And even when I'm watching things, I'm almost like having a conversation with myself. I'm almost like critiquing things, and sometimes I'll say things out loud. I'll even say jokes out loud to myself. Like I'm very weird. Like I'm very, very bizarre.
I've done that. Like I'll be watching a Netflix show or some shit, and I'm by myself. There's nobody else in the house, completely fucking empty. And I'll crack a joke about what I just saw on the screen to myself, and then a couple of seconds go by, and they go, wait a minute.
Wait a second, I'm by myself. Like, why did I just say that? I'll be like in the shower, and I'll like fucking sing to myself. I'll like recite TV shows and funny liners, and that's just how I am. I do have anxiety, but it's not it. I don't really, the thing is, I don't get anxiety from being in groups of people. I get anxiety before doing things. So like the act of doing something doesn't give me anxiety. It's the buildup before.
The anticipation.
The anticipation is what gives me anxiety. And fear, like the fear of the unknown gives me anxiety, and not on small things. It's usually on big things, like if I'm overthinking things. But to get back to it is, my go-to, without a fail, and I'm not saying this is like a cure that's going to like make me feel better at the end of it, but I will, at a late night show, I'll get in the car, I'll go for a drive, I'll go to a movie by myself, and usually if I'm in a bad headspace, I usually go all out on the food. So I'll get a popcorn, I'll get a pulled pork poutine, I'll get pretzel bites, and a pack of a bag of Sour Patch Kids. I will literally spend about $60 on myself at the movie theater, and I will eat everything. And I will feel like shit. I will feel like shit at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And it happens every single time. It's almost like I can't stop myself. I'll go to the theater and I'm like, Jeff, you don't like just get the poutine and a small popcorn. But no, I'll get it all. I'll get all of it, and I'll eat all of it. Luckily, I'll get a bottle of water, but I'll eat all the shit, and I'll enjoy the movie, and it'll make me feel a little bit better in the moment. And then at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I usually have like bad stomach cramps, and I'm fucking salty, and then I'll have like the Hershey's the next day. It's horrible, and it happens every single time. It's like when you do something you know you shouldn't, but you still do it because it makes you feel comfortable. That's like that's literally like my vice when I'm feeling down on myself. It's food and being alone. I'm not the type of guy that like order a pizza and eat a full pizza, but it's without fail going to the movies and eating way too much. So it's like a combination of food and a movie and being alone. That's my go-to. And if I'm in a prolonged like a bad headspace for any long period of time, I'm just very grumpy all the time. I lash out at people. I feel bad for my wife in those moments because I'm just like, I'm not the type of person that'll yell, but I'm very shut off. I'm very quiet. I don't like to be bugged. I'm very short with people, and it'll even come off on the stream. I'll blow up on somebody or whatever, and it's not a good time. And then I'll be stewing too. Like I'll take more time off work, and then I'll be pissed off that I took too much time off work, and it'll make it worse. So it's like a vicious cycle. But
it's a cycle. Yeah.
I'm not. It doesn't happen to me often. I can't say it does, but there will be probably once or twice a year where I get into a really bad funk for like 2 weeks, and it'll be horrible. And then I'll have like one really great day of streaming and one really great day of like hanging out with the wife, and then everything will just kind of go back to normal. And then it'll, a few months later. But just on a short thing, if I'm having a bad day, it's a movie and food. Lots of food and a movie. Doesn't even matter what movie. I'll go see whatever. I'll go. A lot of times when I go to a movie theater by myself, I don't even know what I'm going to watch. I'll just go there.
You decide when you get there?
I'll go there, and I was like, okay, if I leave the house around 9:30, I'm there at 10. Usually there's movies at like 10:15, 10:20, 10:30, and I'll just pick one. So, yeah, there's been even times I go to the cashier and I'll say, what movie should I watch? And then whatever one that they think is cool, I'll just go
Geely.
I probably wouldn't go check that out, but as long as it's is some kind of thing.
I forgot about that movie. Now
that
you
was
brought
the
it
brunt
back
end of every movie joke.
You brought it back into my consciousness now, and I feel like you've ruined my night.
Okay, so what are you gonna do about it now that you feel down? What are you gonna do about it, Panic?
Oh man, I've had a really rough year. So the shitty day indulgence has been a very common thing. And there's a place that delivers what we call cake jars, called Jars by Danny. And they deliver until like 1 or 2 a.m. So
fucking New York, man.
Yeah. No, but you can look it up on Google. It's called Jars by Danny. They deliver various kinds of cakes in like mason jars. And they are absolutely delicious.
I think I saw that on Shark Tank, actually.
Do you get a discount if the next time you order, you give them back the empty mason jar?
No.
Missed opportunity.
Definitely missed opportunity. I'd
fuck that up.
Yeah. No, that's where all this came from.
He's got 500 mason jars right now up in his cupboards.
Yeah, he's just collecting mason jars. Somebody's gonna come in and go, "Are you planning on making a lot of jam? Like, are you gonna do some pickling?
It's cakes by jar, bud."
Yeah, no, but no, it's my thing. Like, it's kind of weird because it varies based on time and phase or whatever. I'm like an extrovert stuck in an introvert's mind, or an introvert stuck in an extrovert's mind, depending on the situation. And just more recently, like, I've had all the wants to do all the things that I want to do as an extrovert. And, I recently started going back to conventions, but at the same time, it's been really bad. Like, that's part of the reason I actually got rid of my Twitter for a bit. Because I did TwitchCon and BlizzCon, and while I was there, for everyone who I was hanging out with, everything was fine. Like, I looked normal, and I was, like, doing everything normal. And, everyone was like, oh, yeah, awesome, Panic's back. Awesome. But, like, mentally, my mind was like, I don't belong here. I should not be here. I need to go home. The anxiety it was like full-on positive. I'm like, this is not who I am. I need to be, like, home just chilling and relaxing and just, like, not doing anything. And that was, like, kind of just the whole mental thing. So, like, when I came back from BlizzCon, I'm like, I need to just shut off the noise for a little bit. Just focus on, work and just relaxing. And I'm like, I should come onto the podcast today. So I'm here today. But yeah, no, it's just been it's been a rough year, and it's just like I don't quite know where I'm at on the whole introvert extrovert thing. So in terms of the shitty indulgence thing, cake jars, definite plus also really
I don't even know
food.
if I need to be in a shitty indulgence to enjoy a cake jar. That just sounds fucking delicious.
I just want to try out a cake jar now.
Next time you come to New York, I'll order them in.
I don't even need to be sad to have a cake jar. Just give me a damn cake jar. It should make me fucking happy.
Yeah, no. So like, yeah, no. It's not even just a matter of like the stress eating or anything. It's just like I'm like, you know what? And I was talking about it to people before, like, I'm strict on a lot of things. Like my standards are really high for certain, like getting things done and work and all this other stuff. And it's been part of the reason why I'm in, like, where I'm at for the year, and where I'm at. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me take a break. Let me chill out. Let me relax. You know what? A fucking cake jar is not going to kill me. You know what? I'll do a diet later. I'm just going to be like, no pressure, no strings. Do that. And then, eventually I'll deal with everything. Just one step at a time. The cake jar just slows everything down.
But it tastes so good while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
but the cake jar is so delicious. So delicious. Yeah. No, I'm kind of happy that I'm not like food motivated in that regard. Like I really don't need like I'll go for the burger or whatever, and I'll get that, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm thumbs up. It's good. I don't need to binge on stuff or anything like that, or repeatedly indulge in things.
I think that's also because it's like a psychological thing for you, where like you never grew up on that stuff. Like you had.
Yeah, I have a cutoff.
You
point,
had
yeah.
stuff, but you're. I think a lot of people that like for myself, I can't speak on Panic, but for me, like I grew up with a mom that never cooked, so we always ate a lot of takeout food. I would always get money every day for school to like go and buy Subway or McDonald's or something like that. And a lot of those feelings were happy times, right? Times where we weren't stressed out, times where life was fun. And so psychologically, I think when I eat shitty food, it makes me feel happy, or it makes me feel content, because it's the same feeling I had before. When I'm trying to eat clean and stuff, it feels like a chore. It feels like I'm not indulging. I'm holding myself back from being truly happy, because we all want that burger. We all want that cake jar, but we also realize that, hey, we're not 15 years old anymore. Our metabolisms aren't fucking eating up the jar, the fucking cake jar while it's coming down. It's like it's just disappearing the moment it hits your lips. But now it's like, I got to watch what I do, and then I feel bad about where I'm at, and then I go, okay, well, I'll start on Monday, and then I'll start on, Thursday comes. Okay, well, I mean, now I got a UFC event. I'm going to eat bad, so I may as well just start on Sunday. And then it's a vicious.
The cycle continues.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it can get pretty
I'll
gnarly.
eventually get back on the wagon.
Oh, I'm not doing. I'm in the opposite direction of you. I'm not eating enough. So we can, if we can meet somewhere in the middle.
I had one meal today. I completely forgot to eat. Like I had breakfast, and I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock now, and I'm like, I should probably eat something.
I ate good. I had some eggs.
It ain't gonna be a cake jar though.
I actually cooked my own eggs this morning, so that's
holy shit.
Oh,
and then Kayla, I had a good workout, and then Kayla made a home cooked meal. So I had like mashed potatoes and veggies and some was like a pork loin or some shit. It was delicious. And then I just had a yogurt, and I'm hungry again. So I'm gonna have some Vector cereal after this.
I was on that Vector hype for a long time, but then it started to not sit well with me. Like it's a really heavy cereal, and it didn't sit all that well. But also it will break your teeth if you're not fucking careful. That shit
fuck your
is
teeth up,
rock hard.
Yeah, but it's so good. We hit up that Costco, man. We've got the big fucking boxes of it, and I'm just destroying it.
Well, it's the only way you can buy Vector, because if you buy the normal Vector in a store, you pay $16,000.
I'm literally
for like this
at
tiny
Scotiabank saying, can I get a $50,000 advance on my house, please? Because I have Vector cereal to buy for the next month, and I don't know if I can swing it.
Oh my god, dude! When I was younger, that's all I used to eat in high school, like for basketball and stuff. And Dad was like, "Look." He came into my room one day. I probably told the story before. He came into my room one day and he said, because I was eating like 2-3 bowls of this shit a day. He came into my room and he was like, "All right, son, I need to have a conversation with you. All right, I know you like Vector, and I know it's a great cereal. It's fantastic. You're really enjoying it. I'm happy for you. And it's nice you're eating healthy and you're doing well at basketball. Everything's great. But I gotta tell you right now, we're going through $400 worth of Vector every single month. We need to fucking back up on that shit.
Holy shit.
We're going through a car payment every month. We're going to turn
Dad,
Vector
drop the
into
T.
Hector cereal, the no-name brand fucking Vector.
Dad said, time out.
No.
You can eat some eggs or some other shit. You just need to back it up on the vector.
Yeah. We'll cook food for you.
So I was like, all right, you know what? Yeah, now that you put that into a number, maybe I should dial that back a bit, dial the vector back just a little bit. But then it came into Costco and it wasn't so bad. Then you could buy it in bulk and it wasn't nearly as bad. But
Still
yeah,
not super
Dad,
cheap, but it won't kill you.
it's not nearly as bad.
Yeah,
it might actually be approaching 50%. Like it's up there for sure. But yeah, that was that was the first moment Dad ever came down. Like all my eating habits, Mom would always get annoyed because I'd eat like a horse and there'd never be leftovers the next day. So she'd like kind of like low key burn me on that, like, you know, just fucking wait for tomorrow, eat it tomorrow. But Dad came in and said, son, I gotta be real with you. You're eating too much fucking Vector cereal, $400 a month. Come back and back that up. It's too much. Too much. $4 for cereal. You're like half of our food bill is fucking cereal. We just need to stop.
That's my sushi budget in a month, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the meal replacement cereal thing.
Oh,
well, it's not really a meal replacement. It's just like
that's
a
what they
pack
call
full of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's got a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taste
It's
the
actually
energy.
got too much stuff in it. Like I started questioning it. I got a little older. I was like, you know what? This is probably not as good as I think it is for me.
No,
it's nice that it's got all this shit.
It's got a lot of. It's good if you're working out. Like if you're you have a good workout and you want a nice bowl, or it's a good
and
like
drink
late
lots
night
of
snack.
water.
Yeah, tons of it.
Because you are putting a lot of shit into your body, for sure. But yeah, so that was kind of funny. Oh, I had a question here. I think I know which one Jeff's gonna go to for this, and I don't think we've actually talked about this before. So let's go for this one. Zero Arrival asks, Zero is $100 lifetime, $25 current. Bless you, Zero, for that one. Tell us about the, I'm just going to say, instead of last, he says last, I'll just say, tell us about a really vivid dream you've had, or like a recurring dream that stands out from your childhoods. So like recurring dreams.
I've had so many. I literally can't even pick one. So one that I've had since a kid, honestly, there really isn't any. I can't think of one that I've had.
Dude, bullshit. Dragon Ball Z. You had one same dream.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have that anymore. Like, I haven't had that dream in a long time. Like, I've had some night terrors that I've had over and over and over again. The Dragon Ball Z dream on the old street. I've had that. I've had multiple Dragon Ball Z dreams, which are the most fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of them. Like one of the craziest ones. Because I don't want to take like 20 minutes of explaining these vivid dreams.
No.
But I had one when I was younger that I had quite a bit, and it was because I used to suffer from night terrors, and I had one where I would wake up, and I was in my old apartment, down on Spencer from years and years ago, and I would walk out of the room, and I would see my parents' head on the door, and the eyes would just follow me wherever I was going. So it was like really, really creepy. And then Freddy Krueger was out in the kitchen. But and then I would like the head would sometimes talk to me. It was fucking weird, and it would be bleeding. Like it would just be the neck. So it would be just like the neck and the head of like my mom or my dad. A lot of times it was dad on the door. And it would just be the head, and his eyes would just be like wide open, and it would, no matter where I go, his eyes would just follow me, and it was fucking creepy as shit. It was creepy as fuck. I used to have a lot of nightmares about my dad, like a lot of them. I had a lot of fear for my father growing up, so I think it was like part of it was like
probably that. Yeah.
You know, it was like as a kid, you know, he was a guy that did all the discipline, so. It was just dad. It was a lot of dad just like fucking with me. So yeah, but it was like throughout my whole childhood, it was just like some really fucked up shit. Or like he would be possessed by a demon or some shit and be like a totally different person. Be very, very weird. But yeah, that was definitely one that I had a lot. Like a lot. It was
I
creepy.
had 2 recurring dreams as a kid. One was like the mild Skippy Go Happy. There was literally and this was before the movie like Monsters Inc. or whatever ever came out, but you know Sully from Monsters Inc., the big blue guy.
Mm-hmm.
That in red, tickling me to death, like fucking wouldn't stop, and I'm just crying. And that was a dream I had as a young kid, like probably between 5 and 9 or whatever. Like that was the kid, and it was so when I saw Monsters Inc., it was a fucking acid trip because I was like, wait a minute. Somebody just fucking pulled that shit out of my head. So that was it. So it wasn't a negative thing. It was literally the downside was, you know, when you're dreaming, my brain was, I felt like I was being literally just nonstop tickled, and it got annoying after 15 minutes of fucking straight tickles. Shit got a little fucking crazy. But yeah, that was one. The other one was I can't remember the full dream, but and this is when I got a little older. When I say older, I mean getting into like preteen, teen years or whatever. I was like outside somewhere, by myself, and I got caught in some random fucking crossfire, and I got shot in the arm. And it played out the same way every single time. I got shot in the left arm, up in like my delt area, and I'd wake up, and I'd have I could feel it like throb in that area where I got shot in the dream, and it would recur over and over and over again, and I'd wake up every single time, and it would still be there. So all I can do is like picture in my mind, like I'm asleep and I'm punching myself in the fucking arm or some shit. Yeah, in the same spot over and over again. And that was another one of the recurring dreams. Like it was weird because it was such a nondescript dream. I never see the shooter. I never see anyone else. I'm just in the same kind of nondescript place. It's not our street. It's not any street. I'm just in an area. Fucking whatever. I get shot. I wake up, and that's like the fucking dream. It's so weird. So yeah, those were the 2 that I had.
I have one that's been, I don't know, I haven't had it recently, but I used to have it a lot over the past couple of years. But it's just trippy as hell all the time. You know those like airport like escalator things that just go straight, like they don't go up or down, they just go.
Yeah.
And it's like the walkway things. It's just one of those. And it's just really long and just a really nondescript hallway. And like I have like that feeling of like dread as I'm trying to like desperately find something, but I can't remember what I'm looking for. So I'm like constantly looking. And throughout this entire time, there's just someone that I used to know, just sitting on like the escalator rail, and it's moving, but they're not actually moving anywhere. And they're just like talking to me, and I'm like, you gotta stop distracting me. I'm like trying to find what I need to do, and like it just triggers my anxiety, and I get like really anxious. And then like my fight or flight reaction comes in, and all of a sudden I'm like fighting people, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Pretty much. And then it's just like, and then if I calm down, it's just back to the plain old nondescript hallway. Sometimes I'll walk really far down the hallway, and it's just the same fucking hallway with the same fucking people. Sometimes there'll be additional people just sitting on the escalator talking at me, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And then I'll walk in the other direction, and it'll just be the same thing, same fucking nondescript hallway, and it's just always in the same damn thing.
And we'll Adam, will you have another one?
I don't even remember what I talked to them about.
Go ahead.
So the most reoccurring dream that I have now, that I'm still having probably once every 3 months or so, is a server dream. So I am still a server. Like I lose my job, or for whatever reason I have to go. I have to go and work at Swish LA again. And so I'm working at Swish LA, and I'm serving food. It's a regular shift. I'm kind of excited to be back. I'm seeing all my old coworkers. But every single time I get swamped. And so there's like 30, 40 tables. I can't keep up. I'm constantly trying to catch up, and it makes me go crazy. Like I'm stressed out the fuck. I have a lot of anxiety.
And
I'm
you
trying
wake up
to figure
stressed,
out,
right?
and then I wake up and I'm like, holy fuck. And I'm so happy that it was a dream, and I'm like, I can't go back to sleep. I'm all worked up, And that's usually what happens. But it's the same, and I had it before, and I still have them from time to time now. Has nothing to do with getting bad tips. Has nothing to do with dealing with bad people. It's everything to do with like, oh, you know, table 5 is up, and then this table needs a refill, and this
stress.
needs this, and I can't. No matter what I do, I can't catch up, and it's a nightmare. I wake up all fucked up. It's usually at the peak.
Isn't it kind of like, isn't it the worst though? You ever have a dream where for no reason, there's nothing that's happened in reality to trigger it, it just happens, where you'll be in an altercation with somebody, like your verbal fight or something like that with somebody that you know, and then you wake up the next morning
and you're mad
and you are legitimately fucking, like, you know, it's a dream, and none of this ever happened, and there's no reasoning for it, and nothing like at all, and you wake up and you want to kill them, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you have to just deal with that.
My best friend, like, I saw him like a couple of weeks ago. I went to like go hug him. He like slaps me. I'm like, the fuck did I do? He's like, I had a dream and you were an ass. I'm like, thanks, bro.
No, like,
nice to see you too.
My wife, like, some days I'll have like a fucking nightmare about her, or like she's her, but she's not her. It's like everything that she normally does and the way that she does things, she's almost like testing authority, like order. Like it's, you know, if she would normally make dinner, like just for example, not that I had a dream about this, but you know, if something was supposed to be done or is normal, like happens normally, and she's not doing it, and then I'm like, what's your problem? And then she's basically like, fuck you, like, you know, who are you? Like, it's really, really weird. And then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like fucking mad at her. Like, she'd be sleeping, she's sleeping, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, and I almost have to check myself. Like, I'm like, dude, it was a dream, bro. Like, just, you know, she's just sleeping. Like, none of that was real. And you're like, what the fuck? And like, legitimately mad. It doesn't last, but some days I wake up and I'm just like, you know, and she's the same thing. She's like, yeah, you done some dumb shit in my dream last night. I woke up fucking mad. Like, I'm like, whoa, I didn't do nothing. She's like, I know, but you're a fucking prick. Like, I don't know why you're doing this. It's really weird.
Oh, it is weird. It is weird. And I don't dream as much as I used to, but my dreams have gotten really fucking weird. Like, if I dream, it is nonsensical fucking shit. It did make no sense. So, my most recent nonsensical out there trip was involved Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Woo!
So it was already a great start.
It's a wet dream now.
It's a great start. Yeah, it's a wet dream. Now you got Dwayne in there. So The Rock was in there, and a couple of other people that I knew, but not even, like, some of them I haven't even like seen for a long time, but they were part of this. And we were in a apparently almost infinite story tall mixture of a hospital and school. And we were, you know how dreams will just jump you around from like a position, like another place to another place, and nothing has changed but the location. Like, you're still doing the same shit, just in a different place. So it was kind of a mixture between those two things. And we were apparently trying to bust out, we all had powers of some kind. And we were trying to bust out this younger girl from the hospital wing, because they were holding her and doing experiments and shit, and they were going to kill her. All right, and so we're trying to bust her out. So I'm fighting alongside random people from my history and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and we're fucking climbing up this infinite story hospital, school building mishmash thing, whatever, fucking people up, like, you know, mine bullets and shit, just really fucking dumpster people. And Dwayne had no superpowers. He was just Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He didn't need him. He was just bodying people the whole fucking time. It didn't matter. He was just Dwayne. So he was just fucking wrecking people.
Furious movie in your brain.
Yeah, absolutely. We get to the top and we get her and we're getting out, and we get to this point where there's no real fucking escape. And we're like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? And we get Dwayne's like, don't worry guys, I got this. And he goes over and there's an elevator, and he gets the elevator to go up the floor, and then he pulls the doors open. He's like, I got this. Everyone hop on. We fucking, like 5-6 of us jump on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's back. And this motherfucker jumps down the elevator shaft and just slows himself down, and everyone else with his hands and feet out the side. We go down like 70 stories, and he's just screaming like he's fucking like Super Saiyan Goku, like he's just fucking his hands up and shit. We get on. Just yeah, and there's shit flying everywhere, and everyone's just holding on to Dwayne the Rock Johnson's like 26-inch biceps, just fucking like it was
like
the craziest shit. And then we get to the bottom, and then we just go outside, and the dream's over. And I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck did I just take part in?" Shit was crazy.
To sleep. I want more of that.
I know. I was like, "Damn, we need a movie deal now."
Yeah, straight up. That's a Dwayne Rock Johnson movie. That's the climax of a movie. That's going straight $1 billion. The box office.
So that's the type of shit my dreams are. Completely unrelated to anything happening in my real life, and just some weird, crazy shit. That's nice, and so they're pretty funny.
Well, I think that's a good way to end it right there, boys. I don't think we're topping it.
How do you top Dwayne the Rock Johnson carrying 6 like superhero people on his back and jumping down an elevator shaft? I mean, really, how much better can you possibly...
You just described the plot for Black Adam, and now DC's gonna sue the shit out of you.
It'd be absolutely freaking incredible. So yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's another Side B Technical Alpha. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Of course, we got to give our Patreon producers a shout out. We've got some guys in here. I went on because with the website, I had to double check that the auto population of the Patreon producer section on the page was working properly. And so I was on the back end looking at the Patreon list, and some of these guys are deep. I mean, deep. Deep in on this.
Paying bills, bro. They're paying our bills.
Like just deep. We've got some dudes in here who've been sitting at the $100 donation, $100 like tier long enough. They're at like $700-$800 lifetime, $900.
They're gods.
Jetrix is at $3,100.
Holy shit. God.
3,100. Keep selling that black tar hair. Whatever you gotta do. You just keep. You want me? I'll get in tighty whities. I'll cook some meth. You just anything you need. $3,100. Patreon producers: Jetrix, Mr. Miyagi, Postal Panda, Jamaican Jazz, Adam B, Toad of Steel, Naily, Derek P, Fry C, Ice Wolfie, Jorbach, Lars M. Those last two, the newest additions to the $100 tier.
Thank you, Jorbach and Lars.
Yes. Shout outs to those two gentlemen for making their way in. Appreciate that a great deal. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it as always. Spread the word. If you enjoyed the podcast and you think other people might enjoy it too, check out technicalalpha.audio, that new, fresh, sexy website. And if you need to catch up on old episodes or something and you don't have any other means, then now you can see all that stuff right there. Download it. Do whatever you want with all those episodes. It's pretty ballin'. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week, guys. And until then, peace.
Bye.